Hello everybody, just want to recap my experience, my first marathon ever. I ran 26.2 miles yesterday, and I'm sorry I've been talking about it a lot, but it's something that I was working up to since the beginning of this year, so about 6 months. June 3rd, 2012 is when I did my first marathon. It was the San Diego Rock and Roll Marathon. And what better place to run 26.2 miles than San Diego? It's my hometown, and it's just everything about it is beautiful. So luckily, yesterday, today's Monday, yesterday the weather was perfect. It was overcast, kind of like today. If you can see today, it's kind of like that. So cloudy, but not rainy. Perfect weather for running. And everything about the run was good. I tried pacing myself at 8.5 minutes. It worked for the first 18 miles, and then around 19 I started slowing down. Around mile 20 is when I started cramping up. And I guess you could say I hit the wall, because at one point I couldn't even move without it hurting. So I recovered from that because a spectator was helpful enough to actually help me prop up my leg and massage my hamstring. And that didn't work at first, but then he did it again, and I was able to get going. So thanks to that person, whoever that was, I really appreciated that. The kindness of all the volunteers and spectators is really what made the race what it was. It defines the race. You pay over $100 to do this race, and a lot of it goes to charity and other things, to pay for the event. But what really makes it worth the $100+ that you pay for it is the spectators, the volunteers. That's what really makes it different from just any other long run, And so I really experienced the marathon for what it's worth, Literally blood, sweat, and tears. It's kind of hard to explain unless you actually do it, it's very emotional. When you're running, like when I'm at 24 miles, it's like I can see the finish line, and I can see people crossing, and it's like, fuck, man. I think about all the times I ran and preparing for the marathon. It's just like it all accumulates to that one point. And, there's really nothing else like it, I mean, sure, there was lots of pain. My feet are killing me, and there were parts where, I started freaking out because my legs started cramping up. It's like, oh, I don't know if I can finish. You do have that voice of panic, but then it's the part about the marathon that you learn the most from, learning that you can go further than what your mind is telling you that you can, or your body even. Your body gets to a certain point where it's like you put it through so much because your mental is just keep going, but then your body says, fuck you, stop moving, I don't care who the fuck you think you are, you are not moving another inch. And so just having the determination to be like, you know what, okay, legs have your spasm now, but I'm still going to keep going and finish. Just going when you think you cannot go anymore. That's really what the marathon is about. And that's why it was such, like, in a way, it was a really spiritual experience, You don't understand it until you actually do it. And then you understand why people would go through that much pain. But, overall, it was a great race, I mean, despite my time, I'm not really worried about the time anymore, because as much as a competitive person I am, I just told myself, what, I just want to get through the marathon. Before I started the marathon, I'm like, what, I'm not going to worry about the time. I would like to get under 4 hours, but as long as I complete it, honestly, 26.2 miles is fucking intense no matter how long it takes. If it takes you 7 hours to run it, it's still 26.2 miles. But I'm really excited that I did it, and I might not continue doing marathons, but the fact that I did it once in my life, that's enough for me. I might continue doing half marathons, But it was just a beautiful experience, everything about it, like I said, the volunteers and the spectators most cheering you on, everything, It's crazy. it was good. It was fun. I had fun, despite all the pain, and you know, I actually I did tape my nipples with waterproof band-aids, but it seems like one of them fell off, and so that caused chafing, which caused bleeding. So that left a nice big blood stain, like right there on my shirt that I got signed by Ryan Hall. But that's it, and I couldn't have asked for a better first experience for my first marathon. And yeah, I would like to thank everybody who came before me that made it possible. Everybody, all my ancestors, the reason why I'm here, that's what I was thankful so much for when I crossed the finish line. My cousin was there, she filmed me too, and it was just really good to have him there, so. Good things. Until next race.